So, if you have a moment, you need to read the Julie Lee transcript because it is expressing kind of everything that's wrong with this particular situation. Also, what was noticed about how to actually improve immigration processes in this country. And because of short term ideas and thinking, the Republicans destroyed it. Now, if you don't remember, right, Biden, if you don't appreciate him, proposed a comprehensive immigration bill, right, to start reforms to accelerate the legal process when it comes to immigration, because lots of people complain that it takes too long for cases to basically get concluded, right? And so in this particular situation, that was shot down, so Donald Trump had something to run on. But in this particular situation, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Minnesota has had 6 veteran attorneys leave. Julie Lee transferred from another agency, well, division within the agency. She was an ICE attorney. She transferred to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Minnesota to help them out with their cases. In this transcript, she talks about how the sheer volume of habeas court cases is overwhelming their office and they don't have the capability to do it. And she's very, very frank about the fact that she's literally there, even though she knows that the processes that ICE are doing are absolutely disgusting and against her, right? And she is trying to process and help as many people as she can within her capability at her job. Like, she does talk about how she got a juvenile release, which some people are going to be like, whatever, but it is showing the fact that within that process, if you are able to get lawyers that are able to actually actively push through these cases and their requests from judges, you can get conclusions and people released who are unfairly targeted by the Trump administration, which is a small victory in this craziness right now. As it goes further, she talks about the fact that she literally tried to quit, right? She tried to quit her job and they literally told her that they did not have a replacement for her. And that's scary because of the previous ideas that I've had. The fact that what the Trump administration is doing is going against people's morals and their ability to practice law after Trump and his ilk are running the show, right? And so they're not willing to risk that, right? And so it is showing that they don't have people within the U.S. Attorney's Office in Minnesota, other agencies, right, or the government itself to replace her immediately, right? They wanted to keep her there because it allows them to kind of keep the pressure away from themselves and they don't have to try and reshuffle more things. They are not as popular as they want people to believe. They do not have the manpower to do everything that they want to do, right? And so as it just goes further, right? One of the lawyers that actually, U.S. attorneys that actually resigned at the same time as Julie Lee leaving or was fired is someone named Miss Voss, right? And she has a very frank conversation with the judge where she says, is this something that you have ever noticed or experienced from the DOJ? And she's basically like, no, right? We are in an unprecedented time. And Julie Lee is showcasing in her transcript just how crazy it is, where the attorneys that are working, a lot of the attorneys that are working within some of these states are not actually in support of it. And they are trying to process these cases to get unlawful people released. In the meantime, the Trump administration does not have the capability or people to actually push through or argue their cases in court, which they do like to operate within the chaos. But because they're trying to operate in the sweet spot between chaos and following the letter of the law, they are now causing chaos everywhere, and it is actually slowing down the what the Trump administration wants to do. It is also slowing the legal process down, which makes sure that people are just being held indefinitely when they should not be held at all. And so, if you have a moment, the Julie Lee transcript, the court case in Minnesota was actually, it was eye-opening to read. There are a lot of things in there that explain why a lot of cases that the DOJ are pushing for falter.